Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ben Collects, where we talk about nerdy things. Today we're going to be looking at an older member of the Hasbro's Black Series, but one that a lot of people have on their wish lists, the Shadow Trooper. So let's take a look. But before we get into the helmet, who were the Shadow Troopers? They were a specialised Imperial Stormtrooper unit known for their black armour. They were equipped with light-bending cloaking devices which allowed them to become almost invisible on the battlefield. Trained in stealth, recon and sabotage, they were known as the Black Hole Stormtroopers because they were the personal Stormtrooper unit of Armand Izzard, also known as Lord Blackhole, the Director of Imperial Intelligence. Also seen working alongside Inquisitors, they first appeared in Gambler's World, which was a Star Wars comic strip in 1979. They then surfaced again in the Force Unleashed video game in 2008, but this time sporting blue lights under their armour plating. After a bit of a break, they were then seen again in Star Wars Battlefront, released in 2015. The game had Shadow Troopers as an unlockable style or as an enemy you could fight in their survival mode. Interestingly, my box says Battlefront 2, which launched in 2017, which is odd as the Shadow Troopers aren't actually in that game, instead being replaced by the Death Troopers, a helm which I've reviewed very recently. But let's have a look at it, shall we? So this helmet. Based on the Star Wars Battlefront 1 design, it was made by Hasbro as part of the Black Series. Originally released in 2015 to go along with the launch of the game, it was an Amazon exclusive. It then re-released in 2024 due to being in popular demand. It still has this older square box design, which is actually really nice, but arguably easier to store because it folds better. The helmet itself actually would have come in 3 pieces inside this box, but it's very easy to clip together, doesn't actually require any tools. Although this does mean that you end up with some seams around the side as you click it together, which wouldn't have been present on the props in the movie. As they are essentially specialist stormtroopers, the helmet actually uses the same mold as all the other TK troopers. But despite this, I think we can say that that colour really does make it something special. So if you're interested in picking one of these up and you're in the UK, you can go through Amazon, where it's currently on sale for £105. You can go through a Forbidden Planet, where they're currently selling it for £135. And eBay, it's going to cost you anywhere from about £120 to £140. If you're in the US, on Amazon it's $140. In Walmart, for some reason, it's an eye-watering $180. And in GameStop, they've actually got it on deal at the moment for just $100, which I think is a really, really good deal. Of course, there are alternatives out there on places like Etsy, but you're probably looking at about £250 or more to get something that's been completely put together and painted. On eBay, again, there are alternatives as low as £99, but they're going to be resin-based and sort of have questionable levels of accuracy. In terms of features, it's pretty bare bones. You get the adjustable head strap you've come to expect from these helmets, which works basically like a baseball cap. But although it is basic, it does everything you need, allowing it to fit a range of head sizes and shapes. Now, of course, it comes with that infamous voice changer, which you can get to by putting 3 AAA batteries into the port in the back. All the sound comes out of a single speaker just on this side here, which, although it is small, does give off a half-decent sound quality and volume. It also has an adjustable speaker microphone position, which you can actually move further or closer to your mouth depending on your preference, making it lovely and clear and easy to use, which is actually really, really good. So let's start with what makes this thing good. It is completely molded. There are no stickers at all, making it feel really finished. The black paint job is flawless and has hints of other materials just to add a little bit of variation and texture to the helmet. We have some sort of matte effect on this bit here. We've of course got the mouthpiece. We got some metal on the grates at the front, and it just adds to that. Even though it is all black, you can see that there is more going on than just black plastic. The purple-blue filters are painted and make a really nice little pop of color, which is accurate to the game itself. It's heavy enough to feel quality, but light enough to wear for cosplay. I think it's slightly lighter maybe than some of the newer helmets, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. The mirrored lenses look great, and despite them being mirrored, actually give you very good visibility out of the helmet. In fact, I'll pop a video on screen just to show you what it looks like looking out of. It's screen, well, game accurate, and although I will talk about one tiny issue I have with it in a moment. The mic is movable like I showed you, which I think is great. In fact, I wonder why they got away with it in later helmets. Despite the fact that I don't usually like the voice changer, I do love the way the mic crackles at the start and end of whenever you talk. As you talk, the mic engages, you finish off what you're saying, and the mic turns off. I just think that's really good. It actually sounds like a communication system between helmets. So, now for my issues. There is no internal detail at all. As you can see here, you can see all the inner workings, where it's stuck together, where the lenses go and all that sort of thing. And that does make it feel a little cheaper. Just that little bit closer to feeling like a toy rather than a quality reproduction. However, does this really matter for display? Probably not. Maybe I'm just a bit spoiled by some of the newer ones. The voice changer, still not a fan. But as a non-named character, you can get away with it, but I still don't feel it makes you sound anything like they do in the films. The other thing is this gloss matte paint. Beautiful, but as you can see, I've only been handling it for a few minutes, and I have fingerprints absolutely everywhere. It's a small problem, but it is still frustrating, particularly if you wanted to display it and put it on from time to time. You're going to spend a lot of time cleaning this thing. Now for my accuracy concern, and it is petty, but if you look at the image on screen now, should this grille right here be silver? But I'm happy to be corrected, just let me know down in the comments. But that is about it. I really do think this is a good helmet. Ultimately, this is a niche piece. It's not a core character that everyone's going to know about, so you may find yourself having to explain who the Shadow Troopers are quite a bit. Having said this, they're interesting. They have some cool lore, which I've really enjoyed learning about. The helmet itself looks great on display and sparks conversation. It's lore accurate to the source material. It feels quality, heavy enough not to feel like a Halloween costume, but light enough to wear to a convention. Visibility is really good despite those frankly awesome looking mirrored lenses, and the voice changer, despite not being a feature I usually like, actually works for this, and I really like that crackle effect as the mic turns on and off. So would I recommend this to another collector? The short answer is going to be yes. The longer answer is going to be for the right price. It is basic in terms of the mold and features, and I would say £100 would be about right for this. Much more, I'd probably go for something like that has a better general appeal, like Luke's X-Wing helmet or Vader's mask. But with it being back in stock for a limited time and on sale now, it's a really good opportunity to pick it up. Well, that's my review of Hasbro's Shadow Trooper helmet. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Also, ideas of what helmets or lightsabers I should review next. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing for more Star Wars collectible news. See you in the next one. Bye guys.